Chuck Schumer is bending over backwards to attempt to be woke, as the kids would say. We just covered the story about how he said, well, single payer, we should debate it. The Democrats should be open to it. Now, I don't believe him at all. I think he knows he has to pay lip service or become totally irrelevant and obsolete and have the Democrats continue to lose. So instead of just coming out and saying, I'm for it, he's saying, nah, we should debate it. And that's the Joe Manchin dodge too, by the way, because it gives him, the media will do the misleading headlines for him, as they've done, where they almost imply like he's for it, even though he's not. And he thinks that gives him the progressive brownie points that are needed to win an election. So that's a standard political move, in my opinion, if you look in context of what he said about single payer. But we have something else he said here, which is maybe even more interesting. So look at this. Senate Minority Leader Chuck Schumer says that Democrats, not Russia, are to blame for Hillary Clinton's loss to President Trump. When you lose to somebody who has 40% popularity, you don't blame other things. James Comey, Russia, you blame yourself, Schumer said in an interview Saturday with the Washington Post. So what did we do wrong? People didn't know what we stood for, just that we were against Trump, and still believe that. Schumer said the new agenda is not about moving the party left or right, and it's not about appealing to one coalition or another. A strong, sharp-edged, populist, bold economic message appeals to the Obama coalition and the people who voted for Trump, former Democrats who voted for Trump. So, damn! On this one, Chuck Schumer's just correct. He's saying, okay, we need to look in the mirror. We need to look in the mirror, because the problem wasn't any of the things that are normally used to obfuscate and deflect. The problem had to be us. Trump had a 60% unfavorability rating on the day he won. What? How is that even possible? Exactly, how's that fucking possible? Because people disliked Hillary Clinton and the Democrats so much that they said, I don't know, I'll roll the dice with this guy because at least he feels anti-establishment. Whereas Hillary was promising you the establishment. She was promising you business as usual. She didn't tap into the anger in middle America or the anger among the progressive base. So she said, hey, I'm going to run my campaign based on continuing Obama's, legacy. And isn't it nice to take incremental steps in a somewhat left-wing / corporate direction? She thought, hey, it's good enough. It's good enough, right? What are you going to do, vote for the other guy? So the campaign was, oh my God, they're terrible, they're the worst, they're horrendous. And hey, stronger together, break down the barriers and stuff. And nobody likes that. And Trump, meanwhile, was stumping in the Rust Belt, talking about all the factory jobs that were lost because outsourcing and crooked Hillary was for the outsourcing deals, and we did the war in Iraq, and how terrible was that? We needed to take that money and rebuild our area here at home. And then he sprinkled in a hefty dose of xenophobia and bigotry, which appealed to some other people on the right. So he kept the right-wing base intact, and he also was able to expand to people who hated the establishment. So, yeah, it doesn't matter how much you scream about Russia. Election meddling, Russia. Russia what? You do know the core of the argument is that Russia allegedly gave the DNC hacked emails to WikiLeaks, and then WikiLeaks ran with it. So in other words, your argument is, if only Russia didn't expose the corruption of the DNC behind the scenes, maybe Hillary would have won. If your argument is we should know less about what Hillary and the Democrats were doing behind the scenes, well, that's a pretty shitty argument. Because what you're saying is forget democracy, forget transparency in government, forget, learning about the wrongs that are involved in our political system. Forget about all that. I want to play for a team. And anything that would have helped my team, even if it's hiding the corruption, well, I'm for that. So it doesn't matter how much you scream about Russia. It doesn't matter how much you scream about Comey. Oh my God, Comey with the the investigation into Hillary Clinton's emails, and he reopened it, in a short time span before the election. He also closed it before the election, too. He said, yeah. We have to look into this stuff because of Anthony Weiner and Huma Abedin and Hillary. And then before the election, he said, all right, we're done looking into that. Nobody ever says that. They say, oh my God, he opened it up and that's why she lost. Really? Well, then why didn't you mention that he closed it? So if anything, shouldn't that help her? Because before the election, he said, yeah, we're closing what we looked into. They have nothing but excuses, the corporate Democrats. And let's be clear here, Chuck Schumer is a corporate Democrat, but as I've said many times, he's more politically astute than Hillary Clinton and than many other corporate Democrats. Because he saw what happened with Bernie Sanders. He's not an idiot. He doesn't have a cinder block for a head. Where there's some people on the corporate Democratic side who look at what Bernie Sanders did and they go, yeah, no, Bernie's stupid. Can you read a poll? Do you see that he has a 60% favorability rate? Do you see he's literally the most popular politician in the United States of America? What are you going to do? Shit on the most popular politician and expect to come out with people liking you? No, they're going to despise you. So what does Chuck Schumer do? Okay, we got to at least borrow from his message. So let's try to take some progressive rhetoric and sprinkle it in. And I'll say, hey, maybe the Democrats have some problems and we got to work it out. But look, the ultimate goal, how you'll know that the Democrats are serious? Two things. When they say, yes, you should primary Democrats because we need a stronger party, and that's the only way to create a stronger party. Primary us. If they say that, and if they say, we're done with corporate money and PAC money, then you know they're serious. If they don't do those things, they're not serious. They might inch in a more progressive direction, which is better than doing nothing, but they're still, the non-negotiables are still, they haven't agreed to it. They haven't agreed to stopping with the big money corrupting the party, and they haven't agreed to getting better candidates and getting rid of the scum like Joe Manchin to replace him with, real progressives who are going to fight for the right things. So, big money, primaries, two major issues. That's how you'll know they're serious if they do that. But they're not going to do that. We know they're not going to do that, which is why Justice Democrats are here. Ro Khanna, sitting congressperson, Justice Democrat, he goes, primary me. You want to primary me? Primary me. I don't care. Why? Because he says, look, I believe in my message. I believe in my record. Go check my record. And here, I'm going to tell you exactly what I stand for. You could put anybody up against that. I think I'll win. Simple enough, right? Hey, I believe in what I'm saying. My record is good. So what the fuck do I have to worry about? Go ahead. Go run whoever you want against me. I don't care. In fact, it's a good thing because then I come out even stronger than I was when I went in. So until all the Democrats are saying that, and all the Democrats are also doing what Ro Khanna does, no corporate money, no PAC money, then they're not serious. So that's how you know they're serious. And by the way, that's how you know Justice Democrats is the only answer from within the party. There are answers from outside the party, who we consider our allies, by the way. If you want to go about it the third party route, you want to go about it, as an independent or whatever, by all means. As long as you're for the policy positions we're for, we'll support you. Like, we'll say, hey, they're our allies. And we probably have more allies from outside the party than from within the party, but the only way for the Democratic Party to get serious again and to win again and to go back to what it should have been all along is the Justice Democrats way. So go to justicedemocrats.com/fight, and you gotta back us up, man. You gotta help us out. You gotta donate to us because we're running against well-funded giants with more name recognition. They're well-funded because they're sellouts. So we have an institutional disadvantage because they could raise a tremendous amount of money from corporations, from billionaires, from PACs, whereas we have to raise in small amounts from a large number of people. So justicedemocrats.com/fight. You have to help us out because there's the only way to take back the party. There's no cheating. There's no shortcut to taking back the party. It just doesn't exist. I wish it did, but it doesn't exist. So the only way to take back the party is the hard work that we're doing right now and the hard work you guys are doing right now. And we appreciate every single effort from each and every one of you.